This is it. This is going to be WrestleMania 15. This is the last show of the Prelude to Attitude Era series, and we are going to continue with TW 2016 with the same series. I don't know why I said it's the conclusion, but we're going to continue to the next TW. The database will be updated to match the saved game, and we're going to kick off following WrestleMania 15. Alright, so the card is going to be The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for your World Heavyweight Championship. The Rock and Mankind had a long-ass feud from Survivor Series to night following the No Way Out or last pay-per-view to those who doesn't watch all the time. Stone Cold Steve Austin won the Royal Rumble. Vince McMahon did not get involved. Vince McMahon has yet to be in action, in-ring action. Mankind and The Undertaker feud. Mankind's like, well, I can't main event this WrestleMania, but you know what? There is one guy who's 8-0 at WrestleMania, and there's one guy who stole the show with me at WrestleMania 2 years ago. Undertaker, I want a match with you, and I want to get revenge from 2 years ago. Or he cut, something like that, saying he wants to steal the show. He knows the guy to do it is the Undertaker. Alright, we see. Alright, so Edge and Christian debuted, and they took out the Brood, or not the Brood, Too Cool, Grandmaster Sexay, and Scotty 2 Hotty at the Royal Rumble. And Rikishi's been out to get revenge. So what he did is he got Ahmed Johnson and he got Al Snow to be his ally. So we're going to see Ahmed Johnson, Rikishi, and Al Snow take on Edge, Christian, and Gangrel, the Brood tonight. Alright, the Un-Americans. The Un-Americans are Owen Hart, Chavo Guerrero, William Regal, Val Venus, Matt Bloom, and Lance Storm. That's 6 guys. 5 of the 6 will be competing 5-on-5 match against D'Lo Brown, Godfather, the APA, Bradshaw Farouk, and then Eddie Guerrero. Team Eddie versus Un-Americans. Chavo turned on Eddie at last month's pay-per-view, and this reason would be Eddie wasn't there for me while he was gone. The company took out their frustration with Eddie on me, something like that. Road Warriors, they returned Royal Rumble after Marvelous Ones attacked them after Marvelous Ones lost the titles. These guys competed last year, and what Marvelous Ones turned heel on. I don't know why Ken Shamrock is in this story. Either way, we're going to see the Marvelous Ones versus the Road Warriors. If the Road Warriors lose, this will be their last match in the WWF. I mean, maybe not. All right, Chris Candido. He's been the star of the year. He went from not even being on WrestleMania to being the job guy to now he is facing Taz, a unbeatable monster for the European title. Chris Candido is a main event player. This following year is going to be great for him too. I feel it already. It's going to be Chris Candido versus Taz. Taz has been unbeatable, and I decided to do his debut now and not a year from now because I wanted someone new to book, and Taz is just a guy that I really like. I listen to his Daily Show podcast version every day on Monday to Friday, just about except the Wednesdays. But pretty much I like Taz's character. I think he would mesh well with what I'm doing right now. So him versus Chris Candido, European title match. Chris Candido, for those not aware, is with Kurt Hennig. He's Kurt Hennig's protege, the perfect protege storyline. Alright, other than that, we see D-Generation X. Kane versus, ignore this stuff. Ignore, Kane and Triple H are going to have a singles match. These guys have been fighting a lot. Kane's getting punished. Then we're going to see Triple H versus Shane O'Mac. Here the Corporation is taking on, the Corporation's the tag team champions. They're taking on Road Dogg and Batista, the former champs who never lost their titles. They didn't get pinned. Another team got pinned. So it's going to be the Rabid Dog versus the Corporation. And then Brian Pillman is taking on Goldust. Last year, a year ago tomorrow, 364 days ago. That was just easier. The first Raw after WrestleMania 14, Goldust defeated Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman was pissed, so he wanted a rematch. He beat Goldust. Let's see if I remember this, because it's been a while. Brian Pillman versus Goldust. Then Brian Pillman won a rematch. He beat Goldust. Yeah, and then Goldust wanted a rematch after Brian Pillman beat him. So it was 1-1. Brian Pillman said, the only way you get a rematch for me is if you put your valet, Marlena, on the line. If I win, she's my manager now. So Brian Pillman cheated to defeat Goldust there, and then Goldust is like, and then it was Goldust's career versus Marlena as his manager. So if Goldust won against Brian Pillman, Marlena would be his manager. Brian Pillman won, Goldust would be gone. Brian Pillman won, Goldust was gone. He came back last month after teasing it. His how he came back is unknown. That could be story going forward, but I don't really know, because how do I make that? I don't have Vince say I brought him back, because why? Vince is the heel. So it's Brian Pillman, the Intercontinental Champion, who won the Intercontinental title after Goldust was gone, versus Goldust. Alright, so let us start the show. I'm expecting one hell of a show. I think this might be the perfect show. 100 rating. If so, it'll be my first. Let's get to it. Alright, so we start the show with the Corporation versus Rabid Dog. Rabid Dog here wins the World Tag Team titles, I believe for the second time, after Batista defeated Umaga by pinfall. Alright, for those who are unaware, Billy Gunn had died in the game in 1997, and Batista was in my developmental territory. I didn't know how to bring him up, so I was like, alright, Billy Gunn, not in the game anymore. Batista is in developmental. I need space for Batista. I need something to do. I need a Road Dogg tag partner. I teamed together, Rabid Dog. It's a cheesy name, but whatever. And then Corporation. I planned this match out before Billy Gunn died. It was gonna be Billy Gunn, Road Dogg versus these two. But I was looking for a partner for Ken Shamrock. I didn't have Big Boss Man, so I looked. It was down Umaga and Rikishi. I went with Umaga, as Rikishi has his own character, and this could be a way to introduce Umaga, and him and Vince McMahon have history together. So they won the tag titles by pinning, I believe it was the Marvelous Ones, in a triple threat tag match. So Rabid Dog here wins the titles. From here we have Triple H cut a promo on Kane. Says, you know what, I'm about to prove that I am the best. I am the man in this company, and I'm going to do it first by taking out Kane. And no, he's not turning. Shit, I just ruined the thing. Here, we have Kane draw Triple H following a double DQ. Pretty much, these guys just fight all throughout, outside, back inside, back outside. Weapons are used, it goes crazy, and it gets pulled apart. This is what happened in real life, and it's not the only thing, so you'll see. Right after that, we have the Team Eddie versus the Un-Americans, and here Team Eddie wins when Eddie Guerrero pinned Owen Hart, with the frog splash. Have the faces here win. I was thinking about having Val Venus take the pin, but that's been done too much, so let's change it up and have Owen take the pin, and it's a real loss for the Un-Americans. And we have the 5v5. It's not no elimination. It's only a 10-minute long match, and this is just a way to get all of these mid-card guys, which actually my roster's pretty deep thinking about it, all these mid-card guys on the show and a storyline that makes sense. Here we have a video airing everything from Brian Pillman Goldust, from all the the first 4 matches for Marlena, then for Goldust's career, how Brian Pillman treated Marlena. So then we go to the matchup where Goldust wins the Intercontinental title. He defeats Brian Pillman with the curtain call. Brian Pillman, as I said multiple times, is a heavy drug abuser, and I think I'm going to let him go I don't know when, but I think he's towards the end of his run with WWF. Maybe he can stick out for another year. I'm not quite sure yet. And I decided not to have him die in real life. We're starting a new game canon. You will see a lot of things that happen in real life, but I change them, change small parts, and I think the mid card is completely different than how he was. There's the same characters and stuff, but other than that, so here Brian Pillman was the Intercontinental champ, and Goldust defeated him. Goldust is your new Intercontinental champion. Here we have Rikishi cut a promo on Ahmed Johnson, Al Snow, pretty much telling the Brood that they're gonna lose. Saying the Brood's gonna lose. And then we go to the Brood versus Rikishi, Al Snow, and Ahmed Johnson. Here, Edge defeated Al Snow by cheating. We get the Brood the win. They need the win more. But I think after the match, what would happen is Too Cold would make the run down, beat down the Brood, and then Rikishi, would get up, and then what happens next. You either love it or you hate it. Rikishi and Too Cool do the dancing thing. The crowd really loves it, so I figured we'll give it to them because they love. I mean, you go watch 2000. Too Cool was tag champs. Rikishi was Intercontinental champ. They were very over, and we're just doing that a year earlier. Right here, X-Pac cuts a promo on Shane McMahon. Says Shane, I don't know who you think you are. You may be the son of Vince McMahon, but you're not a wrestler. You don't have a place in my ring. These guys have just been going at it for the past month. Not for European title. Here, Shane McMahon versus X-Pac ends when Triple H runs in and attacks Shane. It's the world's worst swerve. Triple H is now a heel, and he's aligned with the corporation seemingly, and he cost X-Pac the match. Pretty much, we stole this from real life. It's not for European title because it didn't need the title, and it served as a catalyst for Triple H's turn, and not only Triple H's turn, but Kane's turn. And I thought Kane as a face is really underrated in a sense, definitely at the time. He was able to get sympathy from the crowd, even though he has the huge mask, the long hair, big body. So really, the fans shouldn't like him if you think about it, but they did. So now Kane turned face, Triple H is a heel. We swap, and it makes sense because of the story earlier. These two don't like each other. The corporation's been making fun of Kane, and they haven't seen corporation with Triple H that much, but we've seen corporation with X-Pac, Road Dogg, and Batista. If you notice, Batista had a handicap match. X-Pac had a handicap match. I don't think Road Dogg did. It might have got cut. And Triple H, I don't think had a handicap match, but him and X-Pac had a handicap match versus Kane. So really, the corporation kind of always kept their eye on Triple H, which I thought would be important. Here, Team Perfect cuts a promo on Taz, and then Chris Candido cuts a promo on how last year he wasn't on the card and this year he's a defending champion. Here we have Taz winning the European title. So this is just a way, and he wins a Taz mission. Okay, so we had Goldust win, we had Taz win. I struggled with this, but I think Candido needs to move on to something bigger than the European title, and this is a good way to have Taz, win, make a first WrestleMania, give him a first impression. Actually have him have a WrestleMania match. I think Taz's work at the time was pretty good. He was short, but it's not like Taz is going for the world title. And maybe we can have Kurt Angle debut against Taz, and not vice versa. Who knows? Alright, we go to Road Warriors, cut a promo on Marion Barton. They pretty much say this could be the last night, but it could not. And we know what's going to happen, but they're trying to make it seem like they're going to win. Here we see a video of last year's WrestleMania with how Marvelous Ones cheated to defeat Legion of Doom for the tag team titles, and now how Legion of Doom career is on the line. And the Marvelous Ones pick up the victory. This is the Legion of Doom's last match. They are fired or whatever. Their career is done. They retire from WWF. Maybe they can come back for one-offs. Maybe, but I don't know. What else? The Marvelous Ones are top heels of the tag team division. If you guys haven't watched before, we see. So to me, they're the anchors of the tag division. How New Age Outlaws were. To me, the Marvelous Ones are that. Since Billy Gunn is gone. Hell of a match. Better than tag team match. Tag team titles match. No, I don't remember. But either way, both tag team matches are really good. I think having an good tag team division is very important at the time. And now we got Edge and Christian. We know two other teams that are eventually going to come in. It's just a question of when, not how, and how. After that, we see Mankind Undertaker video package of, the WrestleMania, was it 13? 13 match, yeah, it was a WrestleMania 13 match. I believe they fought each other. That feud. Then Mankind's feud with The Rock. And then, because this is, I think, 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. And then Undertaker's streak, you can have him tombstone. This is like a seed planting to the streak becoming a thing. And the streak isn't a catalyst for this. It's Mankind wanting to make a big deal at WrestleMania, so he does it against the Undertaker. We go to the match where Undertaker defeats Mankind. Oh shit. So Undertaker defeats Mankind to chokeslam. I said S word because I want this to be a perfect show. I was hoping this would get a 99 rating, and 96 is a hell of a rating, but I really want that 100 rating show. I test run this, a couple times, and it happened where I got a 100 rating before, so I don't know. But pretty much, Undertaker versus Mankind ends when Mankind lost. This feud isn't going to continue. It was a one-off because the catalyst was Mankind at WrestleMania, so where he goes from here is to be told. We are going to Mankind's last year as an in-ring performer full-time, so it's going to be interesting to see that, because I really think we got to honor some things that happen in real life, like I struggled with having Owen like that, but I couldn't do that, and Brian Pillman, of course. But we did Montreal Screwjob. We did a couple things that are real. After that, we get a video of The Rock winning title and Stone Cold winning Royal Rumble. Video package of this feud. Alright, and their promos. Their feud for Intercontinental title a year ago would be brought up, and how these two have been the rising stars of the company. We then go to a matchup where Stone Cold Steve Austin defeats The Rock by Stone Cold Stunner. Pretty much the same match that happened in real life. I think that this just made sense. Where Rock goes from here, where Stone Cold's the new world champ. So how is Vince McMahon going to react? Who's Vince going to get to face Stone Cold and so forth? They're great show. I was hoping to get a 100 rating, not this year, maybe next WrestleMania on TEW 2016. Let's make our speech. I think I'm gonna give it to Mankind, The Undertaker, and then I don't know, The Rock for doing the job. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So, if you guys, if this is your first time watching the show, pretty much that. What happens is I'm rebooking WWE following WrestleMania 12, I believe, like around WrestleMania 12, to whenever I run out of ideas. I plan on staying for a while. I plan on what's that? Okay, nah. But pretty much, I'm now that we're done with TEW 2013. TEW 2016 comes out very shortly, I think next couple months here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop the what's it called? I'm gonna stop recording now, and then match the database to this progress. I already did WCW, their popularity and skill traits for a lot of the guys, and now I'm gonna do it for WWF and ECW. We're gonna have the popularities match. Ooh, Stone Cold's so over. We're gonna have behaviors. Actually, behaviors and relationships are gonna stay the same because nothing really changed. But yeah, all the popularities for all these guys, all the skills for all these guys, and all of the non-wrestlers. Maybe I'm gonna change Vince, I think, obviously. But ignore that. I already edited chemistry for a lot of these guys. We're gonna update tag teams, stables, all this stuff, and so that's gonna be it for TEW 2013. Hopefully, TEW 2016 comes out in April or May. If it doesn't come out in April or May, we're gonna continue on TEW 2013 with this game. But if not, we're just gonna have them move on. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope TEW 2016 is good as this game. I hope everyone has a good one, and if you enjoyed the series, go back, watch WrestleMania 14, 13. A lot of different stuff happened. A lot of, same kind of storylines, but different guys, or different storylines with same guys, like how we saw Mankind Undertaker. And I really hope you guys enjoyed the card. I hope everyone really enjoyed the 18 minutes of the show. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you all have a good one.